Welcome to episode 1B. Here's our cast and here's our teams.
Before we start the episode, we need to clarify a mistake that YDG left in the video.
Who's YDG?
The guy.
Huh?
You know, the guy that made Home Alone 4 with health bar.
Anyways, the immunity token had the wrong description, so here's the actual description. Also, Gummy Shark and Grand Pumpkin have decided they wanted to quit the camp, so to show you all what happens to the failures, Stamp, do the honors.
Yep, that's right. We put in microchips in your brain. Get eliminated and your brain explodes.
I honestly thought you would probably perform well, but it seemed you ended up not having time for the camp, and that's alright. Next time you should probably see if you have time on your hands for these camps.
Fucking fat ass, quit the camp!
This was a bit disappointing. I was hoping you'd make it far, but I understand school comes first. Same advice for Gummy Shark applies to you too. But I feel like you should have said something earlier instead of leaving it off to the last few days.
I was gonna be hyped, but you saw that photograph!
Luckily, however, we found a replacement for one of them. Say hello to our newest competitor, Lemonade Stand! Before we get to the confessionals, here are the chosen team names and colors from all of your suggestions. That means Stupid Yellow Soul, CTGP Revolution, Krabby Patty, Lemon Demon, Pop-Up, and Spatula all get debuff tokens. Congratulations.
Now that we have that sorted out, let's get to the confessionals. Sci-Fi Channel said, about time I competed in a camp for once, because it's been a while since I've last competed in one. Glad to see that you're back into camps, man. Sorry that this is your first one. Toilet Paper said, oh no, I don't understand this. Grilled cheese Obama sandwich? Wait, I think I did this before. Wait a minute. Did you do this in another camp? You're not safe, pal! Spatula said, does it clap? Raymond Frame said, Mario Kart applies to real life. It's up to you to brave through those blue shelves in your life that try and disrupt your lead. This took me like 20 times to say this line, bro. Ara said, hi, I'll do what I did last camp and put what I've been listening to here because filler. I've been listening to a ton of Divine McCallion, specifically Black Dresses and all. I've been listening to Daisy and the Scouts, Insane Clown Posse, and a lot of Penelope Scott. I'll do something different next. Because I'm fucking tired. Well, I'm tired as well. CTGP Revolution said, shout out to my friend. Dino Nuggies said, you shut the fuck up! X said, teehee, red skirt. That seems pretty normal. Okay, let's see what the next confessional is. Pop-Up said, put a finger in your ass and spell macaroni backwards. Lemon Demon said, I'm not reading all that. You know what? Fine, I'll do it.
I'm disgusted. Genuinely. I'm literally disgusted. I already found it uncomfortable as shit. Needed to creep. Bad information. And this is no better. Except he at least later consented to it. I do not. I don't know why the fuck you thought it was a good idea first time. Especially not the second time. But man, do not. Just not. I don't consent to being turned into a joke ever. And I'm genuinely pissed off at how this dialogue slipped in a mod that's genuinely not terrible gameplay-wise. I'm just disgusted, frankly. Trust me when I say, the dead naming is tame compared to what it's shown so far.
What are you even on about, bro? Butchie Lee says, who is Blue Cheesy? I've never heard that name in my life. I don't know. Oh no, bro. I don't know anybody with the name Blue Cheesy ever in my life. I've never met anyone named a Blue. Lemonade Stand said, butthole. This is the best one. This is the best one. No one else could compete with this confession. This is literally the best one. Phantom said. Krabby Patty said, I'm just gonna say this. Smiling Friends is one of the best show ever. I haven't watched it personally, but that's your opinion, I guess. Stupid Yellow Soul said, I'm gay. Can said, how's the food? Well, I mean, it was great, but fucking fat ass poutine over there ate like a whole 20 fucking meals and then kept on asking me for so annoying. Necroblox Iconi said, hey, you mispronounced my name. It was Necroblox Iconi. Get it right next time.
Necroblox Iconi. Necroblox Iconi. Any other day, babe.
Did you get a haircut?
No. Let's just get on with the ranking. Here's how it works. Both of us watched our entries together and gave it a score out of 10.
And then we added that up to a score out of 20, where you placed on the ranking was determined on your total score.
We then took your team's rankings and added them up. The lowest team's total is up for elimination.
Shall we get started?
Yeah. Alright, let me start off with this one. Who the fuck are you?
Out of everyone, only one person didn't submit, and that was 17 Phantom. Yeah, I have nothing really to say about this one. On to the next one. 16. Necroblox Akani. Compared to other text entries, this one was the worst by far. It was very short. Not much I can say about this either. 15. X. Yeah, I feel like you could have done a bit better with this one, honestly. This one was also pretty short, but hey, at least it was kinda better than Necroblox Akani's. 14. CTGB Revolution. Another short text entry, but at least this one has a flavor of uniqueness in it. I liked it better than the last two. 13. Lemonade Stand. Originally, they were gonna do a video entry, but due to school, they decided to just stick with a regular text entry. Their entry was still a bit humorous at least. 12. Sci-Fi Channel. This text entry actually involves more than 3 characters, which already puts it high above the previous text entries. But unfortunately, there are just way better entries that overshadow this one. 11. Krabby Patty. Our first video entry, and it's alright I guess. It's pretty short and gets to the point quickly, so I don't have much to say on this. 10. Toilet Paper. This entry was surely something. The battle sequence overall I found mid. The music choice could be a whole lot better, but I will mention I like that Eldritch macaroni design, and I like how Infinity logo was implemented. Either way, you placed 10th, so you get a debuff token. 9. Stupid Yellow Soul. Something about this text entry was so funny that it made it better than all the previous entries. Maybe it was the part where Goku showed up, or maybe it was the way Stamp read the entry. The only thing holding it back was it was missing some more dialogue. 8. Lemon Demon. I might be slightly biased for this, but the way the PvC plants were implemented were cool. This and the next 2 entries were in a close match with each other's scores, but ultimately, you kinda failed your task in the first attempt, and the other 2 were way more humorous and creative. 7. Frame in Frame. You have definitely delivered in the humor department. This one had Stamp and I laughing our asses off. The only small problem I had was, it's implied that Marby gets harmed at the end, which your goal was to prevent. Oh, and also the next entry was just way more hilarious. 6. Dino Nuggy. Honestly, this entry's alright. I don't see why it was put up here.
Thank you so much, man.
Bro got the actual Marby voice actor to voice in his entry? Okay, to be fair, they are on the same team, so it just feels a bit unfair. Other than that, the Mario 64 reference was also neat. 5th, Oro. This one had a more frame-by-frame style, which I liked. The lore building was also cool, but the real highlight was the creativity on how you stop Macaroni. However, someone else did the same strategy as you, but way more hilarious. 4th, Buchilis. This entry took a unique direction, as it is the only one which was a slideshow and wasn't a video. I love the references to the previous camp. And the eating part was also actually funny. If you did an actual video, you could have actually made it to the top 3. Also, Poutine has arms here for some reason. What's up with that?
Looky Lou here! It's our top 3! You guys scored the best out of everyone in this camp. So make sure you're a little proud of yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back as we explain who won and who lost.
3rd, Pop-Up. This is absolute cinema. The way you distracted Macaroni from hitting Explosion and the way he died here were all too funny. This was the best entry I've ever seen in my life. But unfortunately, the other 2 just barely beat you by a few points. You still get the well-deserved win token. 2nd, Spatula. You went out of your way to do research on this show, and included some of the other characters from it. This text entry was the best one by far, with all the funny gags and mischief that happened. My favorite part was the ending where the secret character appears and makes his grand entry. You get a revenge token for your great effort. 1st, Can. This entry made us laugh so much. I loved the part where he was reminded of his old friends back then, and also I enjoyed how he also incorporated Buchilis into it. The facial expressions for us were absolutely funny. Great job. I'm speechless. You deserve this immunity token. Looking at the averages, Team Best Day Ever is unfortunately up for elimination. So that means Krabby Patty, X, and Phantom are all up for elimination. Only members from Team Best Day Ever can vote. Voting ends in 24 hours.